Hello, fire signs. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. My name is Steph. I want to thank you for being here. Earlier in the month, I created an ink blot, a little scroll made in your name and essence, and we are going to flip it and scry for perspective possibilities to see what shapes and symbols stand out and speak to our psyche and psychic senses. As well, where the plasma here is, as you've heard, we have Ghost Tube kick in for any audio additions that may further inspire or irritate, and we'll add on Tarot and Oracle in the Shaman's Palm configuration. Timestamps are below if you want to just get at her, but when you're ready. Thank you so much for being my muse, and may you find a message with meaning. Aries, you're up. If you're ready to scry, let's get at her. Sorry, I moved my keyboard, but I'm still configuring, so thank you. All right, Aries, I'm seeing a paper airplane. Oops, sorry if I'm shaking the camera. Paper airplane. I'm also seeing glasses, almost like I would hold them up. I'm trying to see something, or I feel like I'm just trying to get a view. Like with those glasses, what is it? It's kind of like my scryful. I am, but they're like telescopes. I'm seeing them like telescopes. Daft. Is it crazy? Uh, maybe there's just something you're trying to like zone in on. Because like those opera glasses, like when you're up in the stands, and then you would wear those little glasses to get a better view of what's on stage, who's on stage, what's on stage, whatever that is for you, whomever that is for you. And it's almost like I toss a paper airplane from, up in your VIP box or wherever you are in the stands. And I don't know if I'm sending a message, but it's in the shape of a stealth bomber. So I don't know if that symbol means anything to you or you're trying to do it stealth-like. But it is some sort of message. Sorry, there's something, it's changing on me as well. Okay, so I'm seeing a lamp.
Undecided.
A desk lamp up at the top here. Yeah, it's a desk lamp. I'm also being told when I'm here, so I'm seeing this as an energy. Feels like a personal energy. Do you have to go outside, baby? Sorry, give me one moment. My cat might have to go outside. Sorry, we're back. He didn't really want to go outside. He just wanted me to walk over there and give him pets. So it's like I've already reached this top of the mountain. Again, I feel like maybe I'm in the stands. And it's like I'm being told to go back down. So Aries, there might be something in your world that you got like this view, top of the mountain view, or able to get like high up in the stands or something like that. And you're like, well, what do I do with this now? Maybe you received a message, you delivered a message, and I'm following that paper airplane in the shape of the stealth bomber. And I'm being told by this being, take it down. It's almost like, enjoy the ride down, take it down into your day-to-day, infuse it into your day-to-day. By the time you like walk down okay, so if I was in the stands looking at this thing, I deliver the message or I send out a message and then say the show ends, by the time I like walk down, I can go and pick up that message or that thing. Like I will meet it. Something along that lines. Does that make sense? I don't know. That was weird. But it's something about direction. It's almost as if by the time the proverbial get to the top of the mountain, it's like, oh, I've reached this, whatever that might have been in your life. It's like, oh my goodness, I accomplished this. I accomplished that. You receive the pendant. It's like, what do I do with this now? Oh my goodness. And it's like, you're actually going to take it back down to earth, to your day-to-day, to your job, to your relationship, to whatever channel that it is that you wish to create. You're actually going to take it to your waking life, whatever the case may be. I feel like I'm seeing an owl in here, but it's a very square owl, almost like a totem. It might be an animal energy that you're working with. Okay, there's a question mark down here. So there's an energy here and a question mark. Something seems to be in question, or I have a question. Perhaps this is what brings me, like having a question. Maybe it's for a person. Maybe it's for a task that you're trying to complete. Maybe it's like, oh, do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? Whatever the case is. And the other energy is a question mark. It's unknown. It's a mystery, or am I making it a mystery? Because it also could just be not mine. But I'm curious about it, but it's not mine. When I follow that line, I feel like this question mark, I'm told that it's not for you, or it's not
Please go.
of your yeah, I hear like you got it, like you're like go. Go. Not for you, not for you, because it's not for your highest good. It's not for it's almost like the benefits. There would be no benefits when I hit up that. It's like I'm making a mystery out of it when it's not for me. I don't know, maybe that message is for somebody. There's also, when I look in here in the negative space, I'm seeing those, I love the fishes, but they're so delicious. Gone goldfishing, gone goldfishing. I'm seeing it actually as a shark. A friendly little shark. Those little crackers. But still, nonetheless, something about, it's like where you, I kind of come back into this mystery. Like mystery waters. I don't know what it is. It's very interesting. And there's more sharks here. You know how there's like the great white shark, and then I'm seeing it like the great black shark. I'm seeing a canopy. What is this canopy for? Okay, hold on. Sorry. This canopy. And then see, when I follow this, I feel like I might be looking at a candle that is black and white. This might be some sort of harmony that you are blending within the self, within your DNA, maybe just within the left and right brain. I'm not sure. In the basement of your being. But there's something curious about this candle. For some of you, you might also be working with candle magic. You're very protected or protective over, like with this canopy, I feel very protected. It's like having a moat with sharks around your energy or something or other. Maybe it's your home, wherever the case may be. Like you have this protective measure within place. Oh, I see you, ladybug. And then on the other hand, but I'm hearing, it's like, I don't know if you observe others that have a moat and you respect it because you're like, oh, I get it. There's a moat there. I understand. And if people don't have a moat, it's very curious to you. What's going on down here? Sorry if my face is all like, sometimes I forget what my face is doing while I'm wandering about. Oh, I'm gonna dive in here. I'm gonna start adding on some tarot and oracle, see if it comes in a different way. What is this? Yeah, okay. There are turtles here, and they have a very large shell. We're here for Aries. Cave of Ice, please. These turtles, they look like the turtles in Mario Brothers, quite specifically. Like old school Mario Brothers with those big shells. What is that? And they then you can like poop, poop, pounce on them, and then they can go shooting. You have here Victorious. It's good to ask for help. This might be this message that you're sending or wondering if you're sending through that paper airplane. Remember how we were talking about the great white shark and then there's the great black shark? It's like that smoke signal. It's almost like burning some sort of rubbish so it makes a certain kind of smoke. so that it'll be seen more directly by somebody. But here's the thing. I find it very curious that I would want it to be of such, how do I say? It's a very dominating smoke, right? Like, I don't know if you have a fire pit or something, but when you accidentally burn something or an old couch cushion, it's noticeable. And you're like, oh, no. You know what I mean? I don't know. Cave of Winds for Aries. Obstacles. Maybe this is what you're burning?
How does it work?
Or creating through the inspiration of fire, utilizing fire.
Not feeling well.
Maybe you're not. Maybe you're going through something. Maybe you're not feeling great as you're going through something and you're trying to ask for help, or you need to ask for help. You've considered asking for help. Did you write a message on this paper airplane? See, it kind of brings me into the same thing as the candle thing. I don't know if it's some sort of subconscious spell work or active awake spell work. I was like carving something in the wax, but I'm hearing I'm very careful to not be writing someone else or something else. Aries, like, it's like you're very aware or asking if this is the way you're going about it in the spirit of whatever the case is, spirit of someone, something, afterlife guides. I'm very mindful not to be like, oh, this job or something. It's what's for my highest good. Because that removes the obstacles. It's even like that's the message I'm sending out. But I also, because here's the funny thing, I just saw that paper airplane coming down from the sky as well.
Danger.
What's that saying? You can't. Don't ask for directions. Don't ask for directions from those who have never been where you're going, or something like that. That's what I'm hearing. In your cave of hearth fires is injustice, Medusa. Aries, I feel like my mind's going a little all over the place. I feel like I'm not being seen or heard, but I'm moded. Hermiting or moding, whatever the case is. And then I'm wondering why no one's hearing me or seeing me, but I'm moded. Now, this, of course, can be flipped, right? I'm not sure if this is how the Aryan aura feels here or how you're feeling externally. Like, you don't want to see.
Be careful.
Yeah, like what's going on around you. So you've moded because you're like, I will take certain mail or messages, but not all of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and forgive me if I'm a little all over the place because I'm not sure if it's internalized or externalized. Aries, cave of feeling. Okay, well, that was just too many. Don't be ridiculous. Okay, let's carry on here. Oh. Okay.
Pisces.
For whatever reason, there's still a lot coming through. So the idea motor, I cannot read that. And the Omphalian, navel of the world. So maybe this is externalized. Okay, so I'm going to, okay, easy. Don't. Ghost 2 can kind of be cheeky sometimes. I'm going to stick with the first one. This is like that communication, the messages. It's like it's coming in pieces, right? Even maybe the smoke signals that you're receiving from your shadow side, from your book of shadows, from your subconscious. It's coming in pieces, in drips. it's like you get one letter at a time and you have to kind of glue it on the fridge or write it down. It's like, oh, okay, today the symbol was A, tomorrow it was D. Oh, the next day it was also D. And then slowly over time, you create this word. And it gives you an idea. It gives you an answer to something. It's the turtle, so it's slow. It feels slower than maybe I would like it, I'll be honest with you. But I feel like you can move really fast in the mind in different measurements. And not everyone else does or can. Cave of Earth for Aries. Oh my goodness, again, there's like just lots coming out. Potions and spells and rebirth. Well, we've been talking about, or at least I feel like I've been talking about spells. This is like, bring it back down to earth from this message. It's like I sent out a smoke signal of mystery or inquiry. I've had to move through maybe some moat, or even through my own moat of comfortability. And I've had to reach out, like extend an olive branch perhaps, or extend an olive branch. There's another animal in here. I'm seeing it like one of those hunting dogs where they just like, what's that? You know, like if you're in a cartoon and they're like a hunting dog and it's like, and they're wandering around and then they go really stiff and it's like their nose points. That's how I'm seeing that. So when I follow the one storyline, and this may not be for everybody, and again, Arians, I cannot determine if I'm internal or external of the aura viewing it. So how you're again, if this is outside in or inside out or both. So when I get to Medusa of the Injustice, and of course, if that card means anything to you, please follow that. But it's like when I come to this pinnacle and I follow the storyline, the rabbit hole of like turn back, I feel like that's an injustice to me. I'm like, what? But I did all this. I met the owl, I'm wise, canopy of protection, and I've done my things. I followed this. There's also a candle there with me. And if I'm being honest, I feel like, oh, this is an injustice. So then it's like, but I receive more messages on the way back down. On the way back down. Because it's something about, oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong camera angle. It's like on the journey back down, there's like this little less effort. But I start conjuring and creating in my name. Does that make sense? And I want to note that as I come like full circle, like starting up to the pinnacle, if I may, and I don't always see it this way, and then back down, from the cave of ice to the cave of earth, they're both fire. And maybe you're rebirthing yourself, looking at the tools and resources you've actually collected along the way. I don't know if some of you, again, we talked about the Book of Shadows. Are some of you collecting leaves, nature things? Maybe some of you are like, the Green Witch or the Kitchen Witch, or like I don't know what it's called. I'm not going to try and make up names, and it's like, oh, then I understand this and my third eye opens, but it actually opens here again differently. This, whatever intuitive spark or instinct you have, if it's externalized, started me up on this, like to move through obstacles, whether this is external realities or inner realities. I could claim that there's some sort of injustice, but then on the way back down or through my travels, I get more ideas and I'm like, oh, I feel like there's an understanding there, and I choose a direction and I start creating that, which inevitably brings about a rebirth for my being. But these are things I've collected along the way. They're not, I feel like I'm not necessarily looking out at the collective. I feel like I'm just looking in my immediate environment. Oh my goodness. So your tarot card is the Emperor. Here I am. Rock me like a hurricane. Aries.
I
Okay.
can't speak.
Feel well to speak. I feel as though by going through all this, or I know you can't, but around, I actually sit on my throne. I'm going to call it a third eye throne. Yeah. I sit on my third eye throne. But I'm not here for long because I'm going to get up and go somewhere again. I'm going to go have another adventure. That's how I feel like. I'm only here for a short time, or something about the number 4. 4 years, 4 months, 4 days, whether maybe go on a retreat or whatever the case is, or I don't know, that or 4 hours, 4 breaths. I'm not sure what it is. It's like calming myself down. 1, 2, 3, 4, or talking myself up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And inevitably the messages that are sent out, whether it's from my higher self or from what I send out, they're always meant for myself. Even though I might send them to somebody else, they're really
I
meant
hear
for
you.
me. That's what I'm hearing. Aries, I want to thank you so much for being my muse. I hope you have met a message with meaning. If you haven't already, please do consider like, sharing, and subscribing. I will see you again soon. We're going to return to the big old ink blot book. So I will see you to scry then. Bye. Hi, Leo. When you're ready, let's get at her. You know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below or keep to oneself, of course, as your perspective is powerful and it does deepen the reading. So let's get going. I'm seeing somebody with curlers in their hair. I'm also seeing a lot of clouds. Clouds and curlers. Okay, there's an older woman in spirit here. I believe she's in spirit. She's seeing you contemplating. This could also just be
I can hear
an
you.
angelic presence or your spirit guide. It is female energy predominantly. I'm also hearing trailer park. It's not because of the curlers. But I feel as though there's a calmness or there's an
I can hear you.
environment I can relax. Okay, so this woman hears you. This energy hears you. When you're sitting and contemplating, I'm also seeing a gummy bear, if that symbol means anything to anyone. You know how in this symbol came up? Oh, sorry. Who was it? Might have been Aries. It might. Sorry, I lose time a little bit. Anyway, I saw the turtle. Were they ducks though? Anyway, turtle from Mario Brothers. Now I'm seeing the clouds, like the cloud guy that would float by. There's like this world in my head. There's a face here. What is that kind of hat? Almost like a pilgrim. Pilgrim hat? What's this as well? This is some sort of creature. I don't know what it is. It looks lizardy, but I'm not really sure what it is. Almost like maybe it's like a dinosaur? Might be a dinosaur. I feel like I'm sitting on a rope contemplating things, wondering if anyone can hear me. They can, or whoever it is that you are sending this message to, they can hear you. But there's something about like with this pilgrim hat on, like, but then there's something tied, even like motorcycle. They might be wearing some sort of protective gear. I suddenly feel like I'm in a cave.
Keep recording.
I'm in a cave that is an egg. I feel like I'm being carried somewhere deeper into this cave. I'm up here. And this is where I like have a conversation. I have a conversation in this cave. This feels like the spirit world,
Jim.
somebody in the afterlife. This conversation, that maybe this is the cave of your consciousness, the cave of your compassion. Maybe you're on a
Keith.
pilgrimage of some sort, but it brings it together, because then I'm seeing it like we're close together. Sorry if I was all up in there. Then this turned into a little door. Something about my lips. I don't
Watching.
know. I don't know which one it is. I'm also seeing a baby bird up here. Somebody might have a child in spirit. They're so grown up now. Like their energy is so big. So big. I get lost really easily in the clouds here in your in your scroll. Okay, let's start adding on some tarot and oracle. In your cave of ice, Leo. I'm also seeing the Marshmallow Man. I think he was the tire guy, like Michelin tire or something along that lines. And your cave of ice is pure. Honor your temple.
Closed.
Something about the way I'm speaking something into existence. I'm like in my chest area. Like there's phlegm. I'm also seeing a bison or a yak. One of the two, if those symbols mean anything to you. A bison or a yak. Something in my high heart, like in my chest area. I feel like it's phlegmy. Or it's hurt. It's like haunted hurts. And I'm just moving through that. There is
Lights.
somebody else. I can see them in here. They have dark hair. I don't know, but they're working on this with you in this area, if that's part of your scry story. Okay. So in your cave of winds, in your thought is death and honor.
Tree.
So some of you might be grieving something. Give me a moment. And there's that spirit with you. See how like Zeus had, what is it, like lightning bolts or thunderbolts? It's like each of you come together, but there's like all these clouds, something in the sky, something in the realm of the spirit of the sky. Spirit in the sky. And then I'm hearing, is it Bob Dylan? Death is not the end. Even if this is in a quest of one's own questions regarding life, jobs, this, that, or the other, relationships, endings and beginnings. And your cave of hearth fires is illumination.
Damage.
I'm hearing suddenly as you said that. And then when I saw her, Hecate, you know, like if you're playing a video game and you either take damage or give damage, maybe healing, but in this case it is okay, whatever, it's fine. And you like start to conjure up your character, like go through all these files, and I see, okay, I have enough for, and you might hold a button down to be like, see it power up, power up, power up, and then you might like throw this fireball. Someone or something also steps forward to you and reveals to you, Leos, their real personality. For some, I also feel like there's, I'm feeling a little fiery from the healing, like fire in my chest, like almost like heartburn, like what we were talking about up here.
Mad.
Yeah, like I'm mad at something, someone or something. I'm mad that you left, but I'm not mad at them. I'm just mad. You know what I mean? You're upset and you're grieving, and if it's not your scry story, thank you for holding space for others to receive it. And it's like, I want to torch everything. I'm like frustrated. Maybe it's something you're going through, a marriage, a separation, job loss, job gain, but it's still uncomfortable. And it's like, but it's somehow very illuminating. Okay. Inevitably, it's illuminating. Cave of Rivers. Worship. It lets you know what you're carrying on your back, and it's all very red. And look at all those lanterns, those up here. And there's scissors, there's scaffolding. There's those clouds. Thank you, the clouds. For some of you might be upset about your faith. Maybe you feel that your faith has failed you. But did they? Or did it have to come in a certain way for it to be accepted? And does that impose a limitation on illumination? Does that impose a limitation on the unlimited? I don't know. Cave of Earth? Oh, geez, Louise, that's too many. Don't be ridiculous. For some of you, I feel like it might be in your crown chakra. Your gift is changing. Or the way you normally carry your craft, or the way you go about things, is changing. And that's uncomfortable. But it's like a new skill set. Dark moon in your cave of earth.
Mansion.
The mansion of the mind. In the dark of your heart lives new breath, waiting for you to release its ghost. And I feel like this is what it is. Honor the cleansing that's happening in your heart. What you carry on your back in relation to servitude. Okay, so And does that force you to a crawl? But it's right here in the dark moon, number 13, if that means anything to you. And then I want to come back up here because I feel like I kind of go through this purity point into this honor of a cycle of death. The rebirth happens. I gain power, and I'm mindful to not over or under worship anything, any faith. It feels very self attuned. And then it's here, even when this fire goes out, like it's in the palm of my hand. Sorry if this is weird, but it is what it is. And you're here, so I understand you can find the symbols with meaning yourself. I can like see how it's
I come
like,
and go.
here's all the flame, and then it can go out. Psst, psst. And I don't see that as a bad thing, because I can regenerate, resurrect this in my own, again, servitude. I'm not even sure what that word really means, but there it is. Somebody's giving me a kiss again. Did I say that before, or was it just in my imagination? I'm not sure. Okay, let's grab you a tarot card, Leo. If you haven't already, please do consider sharing, and subscribing. I'm so grateful for you guys. Your attention and awareness, as you truly do warm my haunted heart. Tarot card for Leo. Oh, you have two. We have here the Tower and the Empress. This is a feminine energy that is being... Okay, so there's been a female around anyway. Sorry, I'm actually going to do this so you can see it. Change has happened. It's like I fell, or I fall back into the trust fall plunge of my faith, whatever it is that I worship, my gods, goddesses, deities, this, that, or the other, even of my own shadow. I feel cocooned or rewombed, but it's like my masculine energy is able to bring in some sort of power. It's like having an honorable harvest for this to come in, because this feels like this power could be abused really quickly. But that's in line with anything, right? A pillow can serve as a soft place for your head, or it can suffocate. So, and I feel like in order to have this power or attain this self, I keep coming to self because it's something I feel like I'm harnessing, and I have the ability to externalize it. Whatever this is, I have the ability to externalize it. And with that comes responsibility. It's almost like a humbleness. But I can release some sort of pressure. But it's through this I become this, in this feminine energy. The wheat field for me has a personal significant meaning, if it means anything to you, but it's my space of safety in different astral realms. And like, so you even like get the little halo.
6.
All right, Leo, I'm going to leave this here. I feel like I can like just carry on, but I hope this did serve, inspire, irritate, whatever the case may be. If you haven't already, please do give it a like, share, subscribe. I will see you again soon, as we will come back to the big book of blots, and we'll scry again. Until then, thank you kindly for being you. I appreciate you. Bye. Hello, sages. If you'd like to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. Here's your ink blot. You know the drill. If you see, sense, or feel anything, please feel well to comment below or keep to yourself, as your perspective is powerful and does deepen the reflections and reading. I'm seeing pterodactyls.
31.
I'm seeing pterodactyls and possibly aliens. Well, there you go. I'm seeing a harp. It's a harp and a French horn.
Cellar.
Interesting. Those are very specific sounds. I don't know if those symbols mean anything to you, or if they bring anything to mind. But I feel it's like the sound. Oh, okay. So, hello, darkness, my old friend. I come to talk with you again. The sound of silence.
Strangled.
Na, 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 na. French horn. There's I'm also stepping on something. I feel like this is a shoe. I step in a bug. I also see a dog that can do tricks in the air. There's some sort of dog that can do tricks. There's birds. I'm also seeing like you're like this tall now. Somebody's like acknowledging how tall you are or how much you've grown.
What happened to me?
I don't know what happened to you, love. We're here for Sagittarius, though, if you have anything to add. I'm also seeing a little black dress, like classic, the little black dress. I'm seeing Dick Tracy. I don't know. Dick Tracy. I don't need to make sense of it. I'm also seeing an outreach of my neck. Maybe did I put my neck out for something? Because I'm seeing it like a chicken body with a long neck and then a person's face. Okay. Pretty Little Things. Is that the movie? Pretty Little Things, where they had like hybrid animals or something like that. Pretty Little Things. Something along that lines.
Doom.
Okay, let's start adding on. Sorry, I get distracted. Let's start adding on some tarot and oracle. This is turning on me, so when I look at it that way, I see it as a bird. They feel protective over this nest area. But when I look at it the other way, I'm seeing it as a dragon. And now I feel like I'm in Game of Thrones and I can ride the dragon. I don't know what that means. And greening, you are a natural. If this is what you're growing into, like we talked about that, right? Like you've grown up, or look what you've grown into, or look how large your energy is. I don't know what it is, but somebody's really proud, really, really proud. Some energies just want you, is acknowledging, blah, 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 wants you to acknowledge, they're acknowledging how you've grown. Sorry that I like stumbled my way through that. All right. And that's in your cave of ice. It's like it feels like I'm in Antarctica. Maybe that's the whole alien thing. I don't know. Or the pterodactyls, the prehistoric pendant. You've said pendant a few times. And it's like going back to when the Arctic was green. Maybe something about Greenland as well. Greenland, Iceland. But isn't like Iceland greener than Greenland? I'm not sure. Okay, hilarious, because in, is it Fletch or Fetch with mirror? It's like this whole Greenland, Iceland thing. And that's in your cave of winds of what you're thinking. However, everything reflects this wonderfully.
Warm.
Sorry, there's something else that I'm seeing. Something about staples. You know, like those big staples, like if you're putting a canvas on something, or maybe a big staple gun. I don't know what it is. It's very interesting. Staples. I'm also seeing ovaries. Yeah, ovaries and fallopian tubes. In your cave of hearth fires, we have here sacredness, temple at Lagina. Maybe this is that feminine energy. I feel like there's like some fertility goddess or something along that lines. Sacred space of creating harmony and harp. There's also something about sound healing with that French horn and the harp coming back in, and the sound of silence. And how beautiful the womb space is in the darkness and the void of creation. And it's almost like your voice, the external sounds of whatever it is you're creating. It doesn't have to be traditionally in a baby or whatnot, but it kind of just brings me to that feeling of like, even if I were, making this ink blot and I could sit here and shout things at it or be angry, make it in whatever, or I can be like, okay, I'm going to step forward and create this in the name of, and as I do, and nurture it with my intention and energy, and maybe like whatever you're doing, maybe it's when you're working or working out and you have music playing in the background, like you create this sound as well of silence, so there's this harmony. It's this mirror. With the 10 of Wands coming in, because I was going to say, and this is in your cave of rivers of feeling. I was going to say also with the ovaries, with the fallopian tubes. But I'm like, is it absolutely necessary for me to say that? Why I even apply any sort of trying to apply a logical judgment? I don't know. But I am learning along with you sometimes just to release the angst to place things properly. But this also could be like intestinal things, right? Going for, the colon cleanses, or I don't know what it is, maybe fiber, metamucils, but also in extending the family. Because I'm hearing it like tenfold. I also feel like there's been some sort of exponential growth around you in your auric field that has been
Martha.
Growing exponentially. Okay, so what I want to do here,
Be quiet.
It's like, see how in this card here, it's like right there? I do want to plop that in. Some of you also might be ridding of parasites. And when I say that, I don't mean to be gross or creepy about it, but I mean it, and again, in the sound thing. whether this is in your environments, your thought, whatever the case is, you know the drill. Yeah, because I'm seeing eyes look at me. I'm also seeing brain games, like I'm doing brain games, Sudokus or word searches, whatever those are. Crosswords, brain games, mind games. And this helps fortify something. Okay. Cave of Earth for sages. All Hallows Eve came through. Call upon the voices that stir your senses through the night. Cast an unforgiving howl as you stomp your might through the ground. Stomping, squishing things. When you cast a call, some of you also might be actors, because I'm also seeing this like suddenly the Olsen twins or something like that. Or it has something to do with twin flames, twin souls, apply wordage that feels good. Anyway, when you create the call from the bellows of your belly and bits, it becomes sacred and is heard.
More.
This came out with it, or at least it was calling seduction. Oh, there's all little nudie parts. The roaring flames with the masterful trance that calls upon the heaving chest. Give in to its alluring grip if you please, but heed my warning that the claws draw blood without mercy. Who had the heavy chest thing? Was it you guys, or was it Leo? I'm not sure. Somebody just recently had this.
It's bright.
Okay, so I want to just take a moment here to kind of claim through this call. This is how I feel being in the sage aura, and I'm going to add your tarot card on in just a moment. Sages will not be seduced. No.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you so much for being here with us. Sages will not be seduced. You will not throw a ball and call fetch. Now, this doesn't mean I'm disobedient the way I'm feeling. This doesn't mean I'm a rebel. This means when I stand in my, see how there's really 3 here. It's only the parts of myself that can seduce me. So I can't blame anyone else or anything because they are all the one. My sacred self, Mother, Maiden, Crone, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, all that kind of stuff. Apply whatever trifecta, triune state you want. But I feel like this is what I'm growing into. Or I have. But it's been through looking at parasites profound symbols or teachers versus and stepping on them with no guilt. Again, I don't want this to sound like fee, fi, fo, fum. I don't have to listen to anyone. That's not what it feels like. This feels very sacred. This feels as though I am very conscious of my sounds. Now, I feel like as Steph, I am not doing your aura justice, but you do. And that's it more than matters than me trying to fumble through finding words to honor what you're doing. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. Sages, your tarot card, the 3 of Pentacles. If that means anything to you, you know the drill. Please see, sense, and feel for yourself first. Oh my goodness, there's the 3. The 3 is a big deal here. 37, 39, 3, 3, 35, card 35. Well, there's a 10, but that's okay. It's like there's 10 steps to the sacred temple that is the sages. And when you get there, you decide. And then it's kind of like a roller coaster in a fun way. I understand you can't see this. It's kind of like a roller coaster in a fun way. Think about like all the tunnels You know, and I'm seeing in the Addams family when they go to the book and they all get to pull their own chain and go through like the slide and go into their wherever they come out of, but they all know. That's what it reminds me of. Strategy. Sages are being strategic. In their sacredness, or it's the strategy that's sacred. I'm not gonna try and I'm not gonna butcher it. It's beautiful, sages. I hope I have done you some sort of honor in expressing what I feel. I just don't know that there's quite words for this growth that you've gone through or are going through. It's like the words don't quite exist yet, but it's felt, it's known, and it's honored. And I truly hope that you know, trust, and feel that. And I don't know where you're going from here, but we will take a look next time when we bring out the big old book of blots, and we will scry again soon. Thank you so much, sages. Until then.